Greetings everybody, John here with WikiGameGuides, and in this video I'm going to try to help you answer the question, should I buy Rare Replay? And this is basically my review of the game, and the short answer is yes, you should absolutely buy this collection of games if you have any nostalgia for even a few of the great titles that are included in this bundle. And in this review I'm going to give you an overview of a lot of the interesting features that they've added to some of these retro games, and show you some gameplay of three of my favorite games in this collection: Battletoads from the Nintendo, Banjo-Kazooie for the 64, and Perfect Dark Zero from the Xbox 360. So this game is, or Rare Replay is a collection of 30 games. It costs 30 bucks on the Xbox One, and it's available now. There's 4,000 total achievement points, with all these games combined, which is a ridiculous amount. And it also has unlockable documentary shorts about the company Rare, its history since 1985, and the development of many of their favorite franchises. And also includes some of these snapshot challenges that these are basically tests that jump between, or challenges that jump between different games or different generations, and it's basically like a playlist between multiple Rare games. Like, let's take a look at them. Like a bunch of different racing games combined, or collecting a whole bunch of things really quickly between the different Banjo games or things like that. And I've actually read some other reviews that have said that sometimes those snapshot playlists will crash at the end of it, but I have not had any problems with that yet, so I guess keep that in mind. Some notable exclusions from the Rare Replay is Goldeneye for the N64, Battletoads and Double Dragon for the Super Nintendo, and any of the Nintendo character games like Donkey Kong Country, Diddy Kong Racing, Donkey Kong 64, and I was looking at the list of every game that Rare has come out, and they made a John Elway's quarterback for the Nintendo, so I would have loved to have seen that. Anyway, so I'm going to basically split all these games into two arbitrary groups: arcade and modern classics for this. So the arcade games, like these ones that I'm looking at here, like Battletoads is probably the highlight of this group, and Jetpac. They have built-in cheat codes, rewind features, and autosave, which is really nice, and a CRT simulation filter that makes this game look less like an emulator and more like you're playing on an old school tube TV, which is, it's actually kind of interesting. I'm curious what version you guys prefer to play on. I think I like the CRT filter on, and it's very easy to turn on and off within the game as well. The rewind and the infinite lives codes for the various games, they do not affect the achievements earning at all, and because some of these games are so brutally difficult, I would recommend just turning infinite lives on and just saving yourself a headache. Some of the other games that are in, and I'll show the Battletoads gameplay in just a second. Some of the other games within this collection, some of the modern ones, like Banjo-Kazooie, Jet Force Gemini, Perfect Dark, you have to download them separately. It's kind of a confusing process, and I'll show you how to do it here. So I have not downloaded Banjo-Tooie yet, but the way it works is you have to load up this, like right now I'm running Rare Replay, and you click play and it says it's not installed. So you have to go to My Games and Apps, and then supposedly it's going to be listed right here if you've downloaded it already. But because I haven't downloaded it the first time, you have to then search through the store for Banjo-Tooie. Banjo-Tooie. And then download it this way, and then it will be launchable through the Rare Replay collection. And you have to do that for, I think, 7 of the 29 games that are in this collection. So it's kind of strange the way that it's structured. Ignore this part here. And these modern classic games, I would like, these aren't really changed in any way. They're just straight ports of the original version of the game. And they also have retroactive achievements as well. So when I booted up Kameo and Perfect Dark Zero for the first time, even though my save files aren't on this Xbox One, it realized that I had played Perfect Dark Zero and Kameo previously and had a bunch of achievements, so I instantly got a whole bunch of these milestones completed without even playing the game. So if you're trying to get 100% achievements in this game, it will remember that it'll look at your old achievements and realize that you put a bunch of time into the game already. The stamp and the milestone system is basically every game has between 5 and 10 extra in-game challenges, and then after getting more of these stamps, you can unlock more of the rare replay documentary shorts. And apparently, if you do have the old save files, like on through the cloud saves or something like that, through the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, they will load. Unfortunately, I didn't have any of them to test. So, and actually, Perfect Dark Zero was the first walkthrough I ever made for next-gen walkthroughs back in 2006. So, and it's still on YouTube. So, if you're gonna play this and you want, I think it's called Perfect Agent is the hardest difficulty. If you want to use that walkthrough, the link is in the description for my first videos I ever made, which is kind of ridiculous. It's almost 10 years ago. Holy shit. Wow, it makes me feel old. Anyway, so there are 30 games in this, and by no means is every game worth playing. Underwurlde here and Night Lore are nearly unplayable with how bad they are. They're just, I think it's Night Lore that like has some insane frame rate issues, which is kind of crazy to think that this game came out on the Nintendo, I believe, or maybe even an Atari system. I don't remember, but one of these two runs incredibly slowly and is just very, very poor. And I would not even, like, you'll play for about 10 seconds and realize that, oh, it's not even worth playing. Hey, wow, look at how quickly that downloaded. And I would if you do buy this, I would just recommend playing a couple minutes of each game in chronological order. I really enjoyed seeing kind of the evolution of the game design and the controls and the graphics over the 23 years, I guess it's been since Jetpac has come out, and the 20-something years that are included of game history within the Rare collection here. So it was also very interesting when I was doing some research for this. I read that on the Kotaku review of this game, that thanks to this collection, there are now more Nintendo 64 classics available to play on the Xbox One than there are virtual console games available on the Nintendo Wii U, which is kind of ridiculous. But anyway, so let's check out Battletoads. So this is the save feature. It automatically saves as you go through the game. And you can also do manual saves at any point. So if you want to automatically jump to the most ridiculously difficult part of the game, so I can show you the infinite lives and all this stuff, and the rewind feature. God damn, I can't believe these games were so freaking hard back in the day. So I'm gonna kill myself intentionally there. Just at any time in these old games, if you just hold left trigger, it instantly rewinds. So you don't even have to turn on the infinite live codes if you just want to use the replay. And it just makes these old games, whoops, wrong button. Just instantly makes these old, ridiculously challenging games so much more enjoyable. And you just have so much more fun playing them, because like these old school games were just designed to eat quarters from you. Eat your quarters when you're playing at an arcade. So just be as difficult as humanly possible. And that didn't really translate too well, and it took a little bit of time for the game design to catch up to the fact that, oh, you're playing on a home console, not in an arcade, and you don't want to die as frequently as possible. You want to enjoy the experience and not break your controllers. And like I said before, the infinite live cheats and the rewind cheats do not affect the achievements or the in-game challenges or anything like that. And here is what the CRT filter looks like. You can just turn it on and off by hitting R3 at any time. And it kind of blurs the pixelation of the game a little bit, which I really prefer. I mean, that's kind of how these games were designed to look. Yeah, I don't know, like, I think they just did a really good job making these retro games tolerable by today's game design standards. So that's my little chunk of Battletoads, and I didn't even think about this until coming back to play this game again, but Battletoads is so clearly a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ripoff that it just completely blows my mind. And Banjo-Kazooie, if you watch one of the Rare Replay documentaries that they include, I think it's the very first one where they talk about the design and development of Banjo-Kazooie. They talk about how they just wanted to rip off Mario 64. Well, not rip off, but copy his double jump and one up Mario 64, which was an incredible game. And the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, especially those arcade brawlers back in the game, were insanely fun too. So they have kind of a history of, or Rare has kind of a history of copying and not ripping off, but improving upon other proven formulas. Anyway, so when you boot up these re-releases or ports like Banjo-Kazooie, it essentially, this is the emulator function that, or the backwards compatibility that Microsoft's announced at E3 this year. So I played through the tutorial. I'm not going to show off a ton of this other than just working. I freaking loved the hell out of this game back in the day, and just playing it for a couple minutes earlier today, man, I'm not going to get 100% on this, but I'm certainly going to put a couple hours streaming into this game. It's so much fun. Like, I forgot how ridiculously fun it was to just run around and collect and do all the stupid objectives in this game. Mumbo's Mountain. All the freaking collectibles, all the... God, what's this guy called? Jinjos, that's right. Ekumbokum. Oh my god, I could just play this for hours. And this is the first world, so obviously the collectibles are pretty easy to find. You have to collect all the Jinjos, all the Ekumbokum skulls, get all 100 musical notes in every world. What are all the different collectibles? The puzzle pieces, the feathers, the eggs, like there's so many collectibles. Like this is like really when Nintendo started to go, well not Nintendo, but Rare went completely nuts with how many collectibles are in their games. And they did an insanely good job with this game. Like if you like these collectible games where these huge worlds, like Mario 64, if you haven't played Banjo-Kazooie and you like these retro games, this game is fantastic. This is an all-time great. I would love to see another Banjo-Kazooie game. Anyway, so now let's check out Perfect Dark Zero. Alright, so this is Perfect Dark Zero. This is a launch game for the Xbox 360, which I guess was quite a while ago, but I just love seeing how much games have evolved since then. Like I was saying before, this is the first walkthrough I ever made for this website. And I still remember, like this is the first time I've played this level probably since I made those videos, and I still remember exactly where to go, which is kind of ridiculous. Let's see, I wonder how far I can make it through this. Kill that guy. Nope, I already fucked up. I blew my cover. I think that's mission over. Anyway, it holds up pretty well. A lot of these other games hold up pretty well. Perfect Dark, the original one on the N64, holds up very well. They updated the controls so it works well with double joysticks as opposed to the old school, you know, the N64 controls where it was like single joystick and kind of auto aim. Apparently they said, Rare announced that they will be patching the Force Gemini, which is another great collectible game, with updated controls, because apparently that version, or not apparently, but this version included with this game has pretty awful controls. But they, so if you're looking forward to playing Force Gemini, I would maybe wait on updated controls for that. Anyway, I think that is all I needed to say about this game. I highly recommend getting this just for Banjo-Kazooie and Perfect Dark and a lot of the other retro games collected in this, or included in this collection. Ooh, good shot there. Anyway, yeah, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. I don't think I'll be making any more videos for this game, just because they're all retro stuff, but I probably, or I will be streaming some Banjo-Kazooie and maybe some more of Perfect Dark Zero, so, whoops, objective failed, oh shit. So yeah, be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and hit follow on Twitch as well, twitch.tv/WikiGameGuides, if you want to see some playthroughs of Banjo and this. And thanks for watching, and game on.